Hi there Capricorn, thank you for joining me for your weekly forecast for week commencing the 23rd of June. Now we have a whole range of domestic appliances which are supposed to make our lives much quicker, easier and help us to manage our chores for sure in a much more efficient way. Yet despite this, are you getting quite as much time for yourself as you would like? Or are you feeling just so revved up from all your work and worldly demands that when you do get home, you're finding it very hard to relax? Well, if any of these issues resonate with you, it's because of the influence of Uranus, and to a degree to do with Mars, and where these have both been for some time, and in the case of Mars, since just before Christmas last year. Well, Mars and Uranus go face to face this week, and an issue which has been bubbling in the background pretty well all year can really come up to the boil, and you may have no option but to finally confront it, and it may involve some kind of confrontation. Now, part of it could be because you're being too much of a good egg. But if you're being such a good chicken to the point that you're going to be an exhausted chicken, that's not a very good idea. So you need to make people more aware of their need to contribute, especially if it's getting too much for you, juggling too many plates all at the same time. But if you've been on that theme for some while and someone's still being quite resistant to it, this points towards some kind of misunderstanding or people come in from a different viewpoint. This could be to do with a generational gap. It could be because someone's being utterly selfish. But if you feel that you've been doing all the giving around this and it's just got to that point where you can't deal with it anymore, then you will have to have that discussion this week. Otherwise, your nervous system is just going to take too much of a battering. But despite this, the Sun is actually working its way through a highly productive part of your scope for the good relationships in your world. And there may be one by Friday's new moon that you're really starting to celebrate. And this could be with someone that really captures your imagination, someone you can communicate very sweetly with and at lots of different levels. You also probably find that you can cooperate well with one another. And talking about cooperation, at work, there may be one person that you do need to pour on the charm a little bit in order to get them to come round a bit more to your way of doing things. And yet towards the end of this week, don't use too much charm, because if you do, it actually could be counterproductive and they may actually feel that you're being a bit insincere. But if you use a mixture of skills this week, remember you're very determined, you're very stoic, and you can put up with a lot for a very long time. But I do feel there's one situation that's out of balance where you're not getting the time that all these new devices and appliances is supposed to create, and it's probably down to some kind of human interaction or lack of commitment or effort by someone in your world. But there can be another relationship which really sees you smiling from cheek to cheek. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.